Welcome back to one of our final summer 2025 weekly anime tier list. I judged the most recent episodes and based it on how I felt. I think by next week, most shows will be done. Some shows I know won't be done. So we'll just have like a final seasonal tier list probably next week. But let's go with this. Okay, first up, I mean Arknights is retired, right? Where is this? Arknights is done. We'll probably judge that later. Okay, first up, what episode was really fucking bad that we can trash on immediately? Nothing really, actually. Let's talk about Water Magician. I think that Water Magician was probably here again. I think it was more fun though, right? It was a very enjoyable episode for me. But again, it's just like, damn, they are... This is the definition of a min-maxed anime, right? Like, I have never seen again an anime fall off so sharp in quality and spike back up when things kind of get hype. And that's what we're hoping for, right? The final 2 episodes or so, I'm hoping that there's going to be something worth for us to be excited about, because I would like to end the anime off with that something of a quality on the Leonore fight. That was still so fucking peak. But other than that, yay. The world building is fun. The characters interacting with other, characters are also really fun. Abel talking with, the Conrad Prince and talking about Abel's mysterious, past. The Fiona Princess, very cute too. The festival vibes were nice. Even though the animation again is lacking, I did enjoy a lot of the festival vibes, but still a mid-episode. Krivate's most recent episode was some crazy ass lore drops. Conversations about fate, destiny, and how like there's this book of Toa that's apparently been manipulating everything. Drell popping off as usual. King Haydn, telling us more lore about it. It was just a heavy dialogue lore episode. Nothing too crazy. Just a good episode. Ridiculous that we literally burned a baby in an oven. But it's fine, because it was not a real baby. Krivates basically rage quit too. He was like, this entire time, I was in this to figure out whether or not, this innocent baby can do good, right? His entire purpose was to like surpass fate or destinies, to prove that like, to I guess find out if something is predetermined or not. And then when he realized the Book of Toa was like manipulating everything, even himself, I think he just said, fuck this, I'm out of here. Call the Night, I think was probably a great episode. The quality, the direction, always fantastic. We did a wrap-up of, the Anko arc, and Yamoriko standing up as a vampire lord was really cool. His Halloween costume, man, it was perfect for that scene. The soundtrack, the overall menacing, direction was on point. And then we got to hear that bro is already kind of turning into a vampire, right? The healing part, right? How did he heal himself? Well, he's not fully vampire, but during that moment, the emotions are so intense that like it could be even like love that like, boom, he's good. Anko has now been domesticated and now she's a friend now. She also got a haircut. What else happened? I think last episode pretty much could have been like, it's like the wrap up. I think what they should do is foreshadow Kiku stuff. As we go into season 3, hype up Kiku, because even though Anko's revenge is quote unquote done, she still doesn't know why her dad turned like that. And I think it's very obvious at this point that it is Kiku that was behind that issue. So I hope they kind of like touch upon that, hype up season 3, and we end up in just like an interesting note. Silent Witch came back. I would say it was also a great episode. Yeah, I think so. It was a setup episode as we go into the chess tournament. We got to get some payoff off of the foreshadowing that happened with Bernie, right? So there was some dialogue in the background about some dude being insecure about how he's being looked down upon by Monica, when at the end of the day, it's just skill issue. And now we got the payoff for that. Bernie is a trash character that could have still a lot of redemption. I want to see Monica pop off in chess. Rin and Nero living up their love triangle cliches, saving Monica from Bernie was also a very, very cool scene. Great episode. Rintaro! I love this episode so much, man. I love this episode so much. Maybe it should be peak. I'll put it in great for now. Bro learned how to bake a cake for his soon-to-be girlfriend. Subaru having the presence of mind to clutch up and assist Rintaro with the birthday date as well. What a good friend, man. Like, my man straight up, like, it's like endearing. Because he could have bought a cake, but that doesn't mean much, right? I think there was like a difference when Aguri realized, oh, you got me a gift, thank you. But then when she realized that, like, hey, I made that for you, it was a totally different reaction, right? Because it's not really about the cake. It's the fact that, like, someone would care about her enough to do something like this, to put in the time to learn this, you know, technique to make the cake. And then the relationship with the dad too, the stoic, cool dad. I didn't even realize he was around. He's been such a low-key character. I thought he was like abroad somewhere with his, you know, the older brother, Rintaro's brother we haven't met just yet. But love the development with the mom and the dad. Overall, happy family vibes and a happy birthday. And we are now 2 episodes away from finishing the season. Probably gonna do some summer festival stuff. I'm expecting a confession to happen. Fireworks will go off. They're on the beach maybe, or maybe they'll be at a summer festival and like yukatas and kimonos. And then confession. We'll see. We'll see if it actually happens. Gachakura, I'd say it was a good episode. Man, it is a slow burn show. And I think that a lot of the shonen audience doesn't really care too much about a slow burn anime. It's kind of unfortunate. It is. I think that the show is doing a lot of setup and the world building and the mysteries are good enough, but I wonder if the pacing could be better. Even if something is slow burn, I refuse to believe that a slow burn anime cannot engage the audience if it was actually better directed or better structured. And I think that Gachakura in the recent episodes has been suffering from that. I'm not even trying to hate on the show. I'm just saying, like, straight up, if you want this show to be talked about, you know, amongst the other great battle shonens or like, you know, the capturing the shonen audience, you need to fucking lock in, bro. You need to like concisely pace this show so that the slow burn elements are done, but also the audience is given a treat in a reasonable pace such that they look forward to it. I think a lot of people have forgotten about this show by now, and it's unfortunate. I'm still watching it. It's still fun. Mao coming up at the end with Amo coming in with a crazy design was definitely a twist. And I think that maybe this character will be something to ignite the passions of the fans. A lot of people are saying the next couple arcs that's going to be done after this setup is going to be crazy. So I hope that this is going to be a Sakamoto Days situation where season 1, a little low-key, but a lot of people are expecting something huge to happen in season 2. And that's when all the viewership will come out in fall 2025. Mikadona Sisters? It was the second last episode. Sorry, we're about to conclude the Miwa arc. I think it was a cute episode. Probably here. I liked it a lot. It was an enjoyable episode. The Miwa arc, I think, might be some of the weaker ones compared to the Nico or the Kazuki one, just based off of vibes. I think Miwa's still so cute. Her getting therapy through the cafe is nice. You and Miwa, their entire development in this arc is about her accepting that it's okay to do something not for your sake, but for other people as well, right? So that's the theme of what's happening right now. Nothing else than that. It's just, I don't know. I still enjoy Mikadona Sisters a lot. I just feel like compared to the previous arcs, it's kind of like lost a lot of gas, but it's still very enjoyable. Summer Hikaru died. The most recent episode was heavy lore drop. And what else? That's pretty much it. It's just super heavy lore drop of the Indo families and the traditions that happened in the past. More like foreshadowing of what the sin was. They're talking about birth control, but they're also talking about the beheading incidents happening. I think that a lot of people are surprised by my rating of Summer Hikaru Died. I just feel like the story is not as compelling as what people are gassing this up to be. Am I crazy for saying, like, I can acknowledge that like the production value is great, but I don't know. It's like the entirety of the episode is not that engaging, you know? Like, I can appreciate the production value and all the hype leading into it, but I think that at a certain point, it became less about the horror element and more about just listening about these secrets with a pacing that is so abysmally slow that I'm just kind of in there for the gay jokes and the interactions between Hikaru and... I think that the Hikaru and Yoichi relationship, that was more interesting when he was so conflicted about this like monster that is trying to learn what it's like to be a human. But these recent episodes, I think that the pacing and it's just kind of really slowed down. I understand that, again, a lot of people are hyping this up, but again, I don't buy into the hype bandwagon. I just watch it and tell you how I felt about it. It's pretty slow right now. I appreciate the lore, I appreciate the character development and the relationships, but I don't think this is something that I look forward to each week and say, wow, this was a peak episode. It's more like, all right, new info got, go next. It's kind of how I feel about it. It's definitely not mid though. Still a good episode. Sakamoto Days? Deported. I probably enjoyed this episode so much. Very simple episode. Kaji and Shin were popping off versus Gaku. And then Gaku like fighting with the input delay. Kaji showing us like his actual powers of what is it? Downloading based off of hearing. Like what the fuck is that about? That's like what? Bro can copy others by hearing it? Sure. Kaji pretty much got a hole torn in his side. That's kind of fucked up. I wonder how he's gonna survive that. And I think that Sakamoto, while he was really cool, it's more that like Gaku is underappreciated. This guy is playing with so many disadvantages. Not only is the vessel that he's controlling too weak to control his true power output, not only is his VR headset environment map limited in the way that like it's in a building and if there's like a wall next to him, he can't do anything about it. He also has input delay, right? There's so many going against Gaku, yet he's still able to compete this hard against Sakamoto and the friends. That's impressive as fuck. Sakamoto pulled up and did his hype shit as usual. I think that this is a great idea in how you have a super OP character that comes in at the end. Again, it's like the One Punch Man formula where have these support characters be compelling and to develop their I guess their progress and make us think that the enemy is extremely threatening from, again, the side characters' perspectives, and then bring in the main character and end it in a spectacular way. And that's what they did last episode. It was fun. It was hype. The deport joke was out of fucking nowhere. Great episode. Dress Up Darling? Y'all gonna hate me for this. I think that Dress Up Darling recently, the setup has been taking too fucking long. Like, dude, the last, like, this has been atrocious pacing. And if you're gonna, like, take the fucking scenic route, at least, like, give me more Akira content, and we got a bit more overlap recently, but it's like, damn, bro. Like, last episode, the focus really was about Juju-sama sisters. About how, like, Juju-sama can now cosplay in a different role compared to what her body type is meant for. The college, you know, friend, ensuring that Juju-sama and her hobbies, and like it's not, you're never too old to do anything. And the reiteration of the theme of, even though society may reject your hobbies, who gives a fuck about things as long as you're not hurting no one, and you can be proud to do what you want to do. I get that, I get those themes, but like, it's so slow right now. The pacing is atrocious. Everyone's waiting for the final cosplay to happen. The last like 3 episodes has barely been hanging on due to like sus fucking like, oh, Gojo and Marin's gonna fuck. I don't think people really give a fuck about like the college friends, Juju-sama's and Akira like backstory stuff. Like I can watch it and break it down and tell you I appreciate it, but I can also understand like this momentum is dying down, but I hope that it'll finish strong again. Granblue. What happened Granblue? Granblue most recent episode. Kohei trying to sell a kidney. Movie date. Ida episode. Not Ida. Aina. It was okay. I don't think it was mid. I think it was good. I think it was a good episode. I'll probably place it here. It was nice. Aina and Iori though, it's kind of heart-wrenching because they're not gonna actually go out. Aina's gonna get cooked. she's honestly a best friend. They have a lot of things in common, but they're better friends than actually romantic partners. Now Aina is gone forever. I don't know. She's gone home now. And then there was some stuff trying to basically like get her money. She's still going home, right? It's not that she's going home forever. And then Kohei tried to like sell his kidney to get money to buy the wetsuit. Now Kohei wanted the wetsuit, but the wetsuit was not the voice actors. It was actually the Unk's wetsuit. That's pretty much it. Ajisai episode. I'll probably put it here. It's just fan service. I probably put it here. Yeah, Ajisai. Listen. I appreciate Ajisai, but at the end of the day, like, Ajisai fan service stuff. It's cute. She wants to roleplay. She wants to be the little sibling instead of being the responsible old sibling. The hype part was Mai coming in at the end, I guess, confronting us about what's going on. That's pretty much it. It's alright. Next up, BBL Shota. This episode was Grim pulling in to defeat the dragon. This episode was weird. I feel like I wanted to hype it up in great, but I really can't. I'll probably put it here. The intro part was fucking weird. Like, the constant like yelling from the delinquent of how much he cares about, the guys, the crow guy sacrificing himself. Like, where the fuck did that come from? I barely even know you. Like, it just felt very inauthentic, very like disingenuous of his like empathy for its crow. It's like, and it was like, he was stretching it, right? Like, the entire episode is this fucking guy crying about Crow sacrificing himself to save the people, yet I'm like, since when the fuck did you really care about him? I guess that's your thing, huh? Being a delinquent, but that like, overall trope didn't really translate well to me. I was like, okay, this is kind of awkward. The dragon fight, I appreciated the dragon backstory of how... Like what I liked was not necessarily like Grim pulling up was cool. Yeah, he did Hollow Purple. Yeah. What was more impactful to me was how the dragon doubled down on his pride and said, "This is the way that I'm gonna go out." Everyone else is kind of getting like a redemption or some sort of closure. The dragon maybe could have turned into a cute familiar, just like the piggy, but the dragon was like, "Fuck it, nah, I'm crashing out. I have my dragon's pride and I'm go out like this." And he went out in a visual spectacle against Grim doing Hollow Purple. That's pretty much it. Next couple episodes, it's gonna be the actual fight, right? Lloyd versus Gitan. I'm excited for that to pop off, but yeah, I don't know. This most recent one was very awkward. Something about the interactions of the delinquent pope, the bishop, the priest guy, as well as, Crow, and the stuff leading up to Grim saving was very awkward. Minogra? Most recent episode of Minogra. How was it? Probably... It was nothing too crazy. I'll probably put it here. I think I enjoyed Minogra more than Gachakuda for sure. I'll probably put it here. It was I like the Fremine guy talking about his existential crisis of freedom and like how he can't like he's becoming sentient, right? That was thought-provoking of like, what the hell is going on with these games combining, and how he's talking his commentary about how he is envious of Isla for having, her own consent and the right to like worship Takuto, but he himself never really asked for this and he's becoming sentient and he doesn't like it. That was kind of interesting. The fight itself was, again, even if it's like a Sakuga moment for this anime, it was still pretty mid. But still, I appreciate that they're trying for the fights. I think that next episode should be more exciting because this is like a setup. Something bad's gonna happen to the kids. Isla's gonna pop off. Next episode should be really climactic. Dan. Yeah, it's peak. I think Dan can safely go into peak. Quality is, again, just masterful. The fights are hype. GG and Kinta moments were funny, especially when the sweat got in his face. The backpack throw was insane. Ida, Loki was a bit annoying with the whole leader this, leader that, but she's putting in work. Okada doing his thing to save Ida was really cool, but it was she was kind of acting at the end of the day. And then the nano machine mecha suit being assembled was really hype. And then next episode should be a huge pop-off episode. To Be Hero X. So let's just immediately put all these right over here first, right? I think it's easy. It's more of these are minimum peak now. Are they God? Let's talk about To Be Hero X. Was To Be Hero X peak? The episode itself was pretty much, it was a setup episode, but then you realize this is a setup season, right? X was popping the fuck off. You know what? The more I think about it, yeah, it was really fun. The entire episode was just X popping the fuck off, aura farming, explaining to Ahu, who might as well be us right now, all right? We're the audience, we're Ahu, confusing what's going on, and X is giving us so much lore about the true nature of fear and truth value and Zero, the incident that happened in the past. I think they call it the fallout or whatever, and how the commissions at the end of the day, they're destined to repeat what's happening, and everything is fate, and he wants to surpass fate. And the 3D models for the different heroes were really cool. Johnny was kind of cursed though. The tournament we didn't even get to see, but goddamn, that shit was really hype. Yeah, I put it up here. I put it up here. It was a peak setup episode. It's a peak setup season. And finally, Lord of the Mysteries, obviously. Lord of the Mysteries was so fucking good. Episode 13 finishes off in just an amazing way. Like, everyone knew that. Honestly, less people died than I expected. I genuinely believe that, like, more people will die. I thought, like, half the fucking city would go boom. But nah, man. Who really died? The important characters is Dunn and Klein. But not really Klein. Well, no, Klein already is dead. We're now Sherlock Moriarty now, right? Crazy, man. It's also insane to reduce Volume 1 down to this guy sacrificed an entire city to level up. Thank you, D4, for the prime. Appreciate it. This dude, Ince Zanquil, literally tried to blow up. He tried to fucking summon an evil god to blow up a fucking city just to level up. Now, it's more than that. It's not just leveling up. It's reaching half god, half human status, right? He jumped from Death Pathway Sequence 5 to, you know, Sequence 4 of Nighthawk's, sorry, what was it called? The Sleepless Pathway, I think. Fucking crazy. What the hell? Yeah, the Evernight Pathway. They're being what's it called? They gave us the name, but they were just kind of giving us like the pathway. It's like the God pathway, right? Like, what an insane thing. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a world of Beyonders, so you should be aware that everyone is out for power, and everything should be thought in context of that. The Ink telling us the entire coincidences, the plans of Ince the entire time, and the Ink, the Quill, sorry, the Quill being Cuttlefish too. Voice acting was really cool. Dunn's sacrifice was so heroic. I think that they nailed the overall direction with like we were in the Memorial Hall. These are where all the fallen Nighthawk members are. And all these past fallen comrades coming out to help Dunn in the moment of need. And he does his final nightmare. Like, chills, brother. Fucking chills. It was such a heroic sacrifice. The captain is just the captain of the captains, man. Actual fucking chills. And then Climb dying at the end was just out of fucking left field. I was like, we're done. Everything is saved. Psych. The Red Hat guy pulls up. It's the Archbishop who stole the Quill. And his entire purpose, this entire plot, was to get Saint Selena's ashes, because this was like the final, like, beyond the characteristics or ingredient he needed to evolve into demigod. Damn. And then he's T-posing too. You know what? Worth. Fuck it. It's not just leveling up, bro. You're literally ascending humanity. You have become part god yourself. You know what? Fucking worth. And you know what the craziest thing is? I think that Mr. Azek is also Sequence 4 minimum. And this goes back to us power scaling Daily and Azek's messengers. Daily's Messenger was compared to an auto attack in League of Legends, normal attack, a basic hit, while Azek's Messenger was compared to a fucking ult. And I know that this is not a conclusive power scaling or a frame of structure that can be an absolute metric to determine his sequence number, but I think it's safe to assume that if Daily is sequence 6, then Azek is not sequence 5. I think it's safe to assume that he's minimum sequence 4 off of the power scaling off of the messengers. And he might be even higher than that. Man, the stuff with Mr. Azek is so fascinating to me. Anyways, this is it. Now, let's recalibrate the tier list, right? I've given you the tier list of some generous ratings. Let's be harsh with it. If I want to be really harsh with it, trash. Mid, mid, mid. Maybe they should be down too. Low key. Low key. It's usually the harsh part of the recalibration. It's not about like the top bracket. It's usually about like the good in the mids, right? Now, I think Water Magician truly was just that bad. It was a fun episode. Like, it can be trash and fun too. Like, this is something you don't understand. An episode can be trash and you can still enjoy the trash. Anything else? Do I want to bully any of these shows? Nah, it's fine. I think we'll leave it. Well, if I really, really want to be mean, bring this down here too. And then maybe like, I don't know, maybe this here. Nah. Silent Witch. Nah, take these final rankings with a grain of salt. I'm just trying to like be mean and try to fucking push this down. 7print, it was kind of mid. It was though. I'm just trying to be really fucking mean with the ratings at the end. Nah, I think this can stay in grade. It was but like, these are really fun. Silent Witch was kind of just chill. It's not a bad episode. It was good. Fuck it. Cry about it. That's pretty much it. I think next week we can do an official final tier list, right? Because now these are over. This is about to end too. Well, it depends. In one more week or two, I think we'll do like a final tier list. Anyways, see you next time.